watching The Northern Miner. I'm Devin Murgan, and we are here at the 2025 PDAC conference in Toronto. Now, there's a milestone today. Golden Pursuit Resources marks 20 years since listing on the TSXV exchange. And this is a company that really concentrates and focuses on historic mining sites and then revitalizes them. Well, it's a pleasure to actually bring forth or welcome Brian McClay. He's the CEO of Golden Pursuit Resources. Brian, thanks very much indeed for coming in.
You're welcome.
It's very interesting, and let me start here with your company. Unlike other explorers, you concentrate on past mining producers, and then you look at revitalizing them. You want to give me an overview of that?
Well, it's mining business is basically a big treasure hunt. So you go look for treasure where you know there is. They found it before, and so that I don't restrict myself to, or I don't think you should restrict your thinking to only looking at old mines. But they say that all the mines are found in the shadow of the head frames of an former mine. So, but we have now migrated from Mexico, and I've worked all over the world, Russia and South America, and fortunes led us to the Northwest Territories. So we're active in two major areas: Nevada, obviously a major gold-producing area of the world, and Northwest Territories, which is where we own. We've consolidated the ownership of every historic mining property, advanced mining property, in a district known as Gordon Lake. So in the Northwest Territories, in the high Arctic, the Western Arctic, which include Northwest Territories and Nunavut, there's been 25 gold mines found. They're listed, the government listed them as producing gold mines. We own 5 of them. So this is a district, a massive district, almost 40% of the size of Canada. So it's a very compelling story. We think there's among the richest gold mines in Gordon Lake on the west side and adjacent to us. We don't own it, but it's a discovery mine that was the richest for about 25 years. It was the richest mine in Canada. They produce 1 million ounces out of 1 million tons, so we're right adjacent to that. On the east side, we have another foreign producing mine, the Camelarin, which Naranda mined, and Discovery Mine owned it, and they mined it themselves, and Naranda mined it, and they just stopped short of in the gold price environment when it went below $300, and they went home. But it was intriguing to me why the largest mining company in Canada go to the high Arctic and go start mining a vein. And as I peel back the onion and look into it, I know and understand why. It's just a spectacular grade.
You mentioned Gordon Lake, and I'm very interested to know what's the historical line of production there.
Well, there's 5 producing mines that produce. They call producing mines. So the grades they've produced in the neighborhood of an ounce. All the production was done in the ounce, and it's in a turbidite setting. And that was kind of an unknown, not an unknown geological host rock. In Newfoundland, the newfound gold it is, and then is in a turbidite, and Fosterville in Australia. So one of the properties of Camelarin it's a little sister, a very close geological. It's analogous to the Fosterville mine, which is probably one of the most valuable mines in the world. Discovery was the richest mine in Canada, so you got one of the most valuable mines in the world, which we own. The last drilling done in Camelarin and Naranda only got the assays after they had left and abandoned the project, which they didn't own. It was a joint venture, so I think there was 60. Discovery was the partners, but they put up 100% of the money for 60% of the profit type deal. And the last 3 holes they drilled underneath the known workings, the known shaft. There was a 1,000-foot shaft. One hole was over 80 grams of 6.5 meters of 80 grams. The other was 50 grams. They're published in feet. So one was 15 feet. The third one was 12 grams over 4 or 5 meters. I think it was 18 feet. So the spectacular riches. And that's analogous to Fosterville, right at the same horizon where Fosterville turned from a 10-gram mine to a 20-gram mine. So it's these are orogenic deposits. They go to the probability, they go to the depths of the earth. Yellowknife are the same formation, the Burwash formation. They mine down to 3,000 meters, whereas the deepest mines in Canada. So in the Yellowknife area, they mine 22 million ounces. So it's prolific. The Slave is a prolific host of gold production, and it's extremely high grade. So I think if you're going to discuss when's the next great mine in Canada, you've got to include our portfolio properties in that discussion. Just that simple. It's not the way it is. It's the way the potential of it is staggering.
Brian, let's talk about some other barriers here. I mean, the one thing is you've got to start consulting with the indigenous population down and have those discussions.
Well, one of the key things is that the project is fully permitted, and then that includes First Nation support and everything else. So we got a 7-year permit. It gives us a 7-year window to go develop and do, and it can be renewed. But we have water and land. That's what it takes up there, and so that challenge has been extinguished. Unlike in BC, where it's just ongoing, it's just there's the government and the First Nations, the land claimants are very supportive, and so that was a big surprise to me, a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, because permitting is generally a challenge. I mean, you're just around here and you listen to people, you can hear that challenge.
I was active I had which at the time was considered the largest moly deposit in the world in Idaho. We were, to expand the drilling we needed another permit. That was 12 years ago. They still don't have that permit, so it's a challenge. Nevada is a very challenging permitting environment, but that hurdle, that barrier to entry has been extinguished.
Well, that's good news on that front. So 2025 starts in February. I'm just thinking, what are you thinking or envisioning strategy-wise for the year?
Well, this is not a complex business. I mean, if you're going to build a successful mining company, you need 3 primary ingredients. You got to have an extraordinarily compelling property story with a good reason, good base to develop. You can't. If you're going to develop a gold mine, you got to have gold. So that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. This is a highly technical business. The industry has changed. The technology is rapidly changing. There's all sorts of technical inroads, so you need people, good people, and technical. You need a solid technical team, and you can't do much in life without money. So you need money. So and 2 or 3 don't count. You can have a great property and good guys and no money. Or a lot of money and great property and morons running the thing. Well, the ship's going to crash.
Yeah, you've got to have all of them. As I wrap up, I wanted to find out from you, what's your take on the current gold price at the moment, current macroeconomic state?
Well, you don't have to ask me. I mean, you tell the gold is hitting all-time highs. So they say Stevie Wonder could see that you're in the gold market. So if you're in the gold business, there's not a better time to go develop a major opportunity like I'm presenting here.
Well, I think we're going to leave it there. Brian McClay, CEO of Golden Pursuit Resources. It's been a pleasure and good luck. Thanks for speaking to me.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks very much.